going on, good people? It's David Johns, and I'm excited to be back with another edition of Three Things. First up, there's a new documentary titled My Name is Pauli Murray, which is now available in theaters across the country. And this documentary is made by the filmmakers who brought us RBG. Now, My Name is Pauli Murray highlights the trailblazing lawyer, civil and women's rights activist, author, and minister, Pauli Murray. Now, even if you don't know her name, you've certainly been impacted by Murray's work and her legacy. She laid the groundwork for wins in the Brown versus Board of Education decision and for the more recent Bostic versus Clayton County decision. She also inspired legends and icons, including Thurgood Marshall and Ruth Bader Ginsburg, amongst others. Trust me, she always been that. Now, Pauli Murray should be a household name, but because of the ways that white supremacy and heteronormativity and LGBTQ bias, what Black feminists refer to as the matrix of domination work, she's still too often neglected and ignored, especially when talking about things that she's directly responsible for. Now, fortunately, with LGBTQ plus History Month approaching, there's no time like now, like the present, to watch this documentary, to learn more about the many things that she has contributed, not only to our beautifully diverse community, but to our country. Shout out to Pauli Murray and to the students that she taught to get into good trouble. Second, in case you missed it, and I really don't know how that's possible, Lil Nas X, aka Montero Hill, gave us the gift of his first album, Montero. Now, not long before the album was released, he won the Video of the Year at the MTV Video Music Awards ceremony for Montero Call Me By Your Name, which sparked conversation, especially amongst people who felt offended by Lil Nas X expressing his sexuality. That's the heterosexual agenda at work, to be clear. Times 100's Most Influential People of 2021 has also featured Lil Nas X in the artist category. And Kid Cudi, who provided a tribute to Lil Nas X, said, and I quote, "To have a gay, same-gender-loving man in hip-hop doing his thing, crushing records, is huge for Black excellence and it's huge for us." And I could not agree more. Lil Nas X's art, just like him, is unapologetically Black and queer, and that is exactly what hip-hop and the world needs right now. Third, also named as one of Time 100's Most Influential People of 2021 in the Pioneer category, is attorney and NBJC Board member and my brother and friend Ben Crump. Called Black America's Attorney General by Reverend Al Sharpton, Ben Crump is known for defending families whose loved ones have been killed by the police. And his work includes support for the families of Breonna Taylor, Trayvon Martin, as well as Dante Wright. Now, Brother Crump was highlighted in Time for his work representing the family of George Floyd, and in particular for helping to get a guilty verdict for the police officer who murdered George Floyd. Gwen Carr, whose own son, Eric Gardner, was also killed by the police, said that the guilty verdict that was made possible by Crump was, in quote, a flicker of hope that the change that both the world and the grieving families were calling for might be possible on a wider scale. Now, Crump is also representing the family of Nigel Shelby, my brother, who at the age of 15 years young died by suicide after having been bullied at school. The Shelby family has retained Ben Crump as well as Jasmine Rand in their wrongful death lawsuit against the school district. The goal is to hold accountable the adult leaders who were at the school and who knew that Nigel was struggling and did nothing to help him. The goal is to hold them accountable. And to do so in ways that fight against racial and LGBTQ bias in schools and frankly throughout the country, but really to make sure that this doesn't happen to one of our babies ever again. I love and live to see Ben Crump receiving his much-deserved recognition and know that he will continue to do the work of fighting for justice and accountability, not only for victims of police brutality, but as well as on behalf of equity and equity pursuits for all Black Americans. I'll see you next week.